What's up guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Daniel and this is Maya, and we make videos about beautiful places that we visit.
We're so excited to share with you our new Vietnam series. We've booked a trip for 2.5 weeks to travel all around Vietnam.
So it's our first time in Vietnam and we're gonna be starting from
So let me just interrupt here. I know why you clicked on this video. You're the kind of person that likes to watch people eat food. Fair enough. If you want to watch the travel content about everything we got up to in Vietnam, head over to our channel, then come straight back and watch this video, because in this vlog, I'm going to talk you through every single thing that we ate whilst in Vietnam. So me and Danny already had a taste for Vietnamese food. We considered it one of our favorite cuisines. This is a bit naive because we'd actually only ever eaten Vietnamese food in Vienna when we used to live there, and then here in London. And we were going and having pho and summer rolls. Very basic, and we knew that we needed to go to Vietnam, try a variety of dishes and just be more adventurous. If you're not subscribed already, please give us a chance to educate and entertain you, and of course find us on socials too. As I said, in this vlog I'm going to be talking very casually about every single thing that we consumed, so it's going to be this non-stop eating action. So let's dive in. We arrived at our first city, Ho Chi Minh, also known as Saigon, a bustling city in the south of Vietnam. Actually, one of our favourite places of this trip, just due to its walkability, the monuments that were there, and of course the amazing cuisine. The first place we came to a very cute place called Okyo Cafe, and this would be the first time that we would try the famous egg coffee. We had it iced because it was super hot, and look at that. This was probably one of the best ones we'd had in the whole trip, and we definitely came back again. Then later that evening we headed to Vo Roof, which was this really cute restaurant drink place. We ordered these giant summer rolls that were more like burritos, and we had a mixture of beef, but also Danny got prawn. We also ordered bun thit nuong, which comes with this amazing kind of fish sauce paste that you pour all on top. Danny went for prawn and I went for beef. We loved this dish, and it came with a ton of noodles, lemongrass, nuts, salad, and it was just so refreshing as our first meal that we had when we were there. The next day we came to a cafe called Flat White, and we just sat outside and watched the traffic. It was very fun to do, and just went for 2 classic coffees. Later that day we headed to Propaganda, which is a bistro, and Danny went for a beef pho and I went for a banh mi but with fish cakes. It was so nice. And for dinner that evening we came to a restaurant called Hoi An Saigon. Let me explain the rest.
That was the most incredible meal. It's contemporary Vietnamese, and it was
like probably the best Vietnamese type of food we ever had. Fully recommend this place, guys.
Had an appetizer of,
it was like beef wrapped in a leaf with served in like the taco salad shaped
with green mango and then like fish sauce and peanuts.
Grilled chicken with salad and
lemongrass.
And it was paired with a sauce, kefir leaf, lemongrass.
Really delicate as well. And then we also had the pomelo salad with shrimp and crab meat. And then we thought, we have to have pudding, so I got a tropical cheesecake which had grilled pineapple as the base instead of biscuit, and Danny had the
durian ice cream, which was spot on.
The whole meal was just
amazing.
Perfect. Would 100% recommend this place.
And fun fact, this place was actually an opium refinery back in the days, which crazy.
The following day we headed to another cafe, and if you don't already know, Vietnam is renowned for these beautiful coffee places that are just scattered across all the cities. This morning we went for some green tea and then also went for this beautiful latte. I mean, look at that. They always present it in such a beautiful way, and you usually find the cafes to be really beautiful inside as well. This evening we came to a very fancy restaurant called Nagung restaurant, which we later found out just meant tasty. It had a very extensive menu, so we were a bit overwhelmed. So we started off with snails, why not? We got a batch of morning glory, which was massive, and then we also went for this dish called nem nuong, which was essentially these pork sausages, and you created with the rice paper sheet a wrap of sorts. This is the first time I'd had like nettle and stuff. I was quite surprised by the taste, and once you package it all together you have this lovely dipping sauce. But the snails with the mince meat wrapped in lemongrass was definitely the highlight of this dinner. The next day we headed of course to another cafe, and this was extremely cool. It actually had a British telephone box in it, I'm not sure why, but you know, appreciated it, made me feel a little bit at home. We ordered a flat white and also a lovely banana milkshake because it was super hot this day. Later that day for lunch we came to a place called Dao Homemade because we were recommended to try this specific dish, and it comes with a lot of meat, tofu and different greens, but let me explain the rest. We weren't so impressed by this meal because a lot of the meat was quite like gamey and it had knuckle in it that was like hard to chew, and this dish is meant to come with fermented shrimp paste, but we were recommended to just switch it to soy sauce. Tonight we have booked something special. We're going to be heading to a cocktail bar called Bloom, moving on swiftly from that dish. Obviously all the places that are speakeasies have this secret entrance, so we had to go through what was an old shop and find this speakeasy bar. It was completely empty when we got there, so the vibes were a little bit off, but we went for these kind of weird concoctions of cocktails there and just looked out the window, enjoyed the view, and it was quite pleasant really. Later that evening we headed towards Ben Tan street food market, and we were a little bit hesitant to come to this place because we know it looked a bit touristy, but you can't complain about the variety of food that there was there. There was fresh fish just swimming around, there was these frogs. We didn't get a frog unfortunately. We did get a few items and I'll explain more in a sec.
We've just ordered some stuff to the table. We have gone for duck soup, duck pancakes, and then also some Korean fried chicken. There's tons of stuff here though, from like seafood, Chinese, Thai, a lot of different cultures, and it's pretty full of tourists, which isn't really nice, but to be fair the food is so cheap, and there's also a live band playing, which is pretty nice entertainment.
So we ordered Korean fried chicken, but it tastes sweet. So it's coated with like cheese powder or something. I don't know. So everything we ordered was horrible. Duck soup was made with like probably like a packet of noodles, instant noodles. Fried chicken was, let's not talk about it. Let's try. It's pomelo and red bean soup.
And that was actually our last meal in Ho Chi Minh before we headed to the beautiful coastal city of Da Nang. So the first thing we did, of course, in Da Nang was head to the beach, and then we turned around us and we saw this really open, massive warehouse that was full of all this fresh fish. They're obviously in these glass boxes, so you can see exactly what you're going to be buying and the cost of them, which was a little bit disconcerting at the same time, seeing these giant eels behind us, and obviously we didn't go for that. I wouldn't even know where to start, and we went for quite a lot because we were pretty hungry, but I'll let me explain the rest.
So basically we've gone for 3 ounces of prawns, also morning glory, and then some French fries because I'm quite hungry. So the main character has just arrived at the table.
Oh, that's a big fish. Size for comparison.
And with this giant grilled fish, I'll let Danny's facial expressions do the talking.
Oh my god. so meaty.
The next morning we headed to a beach bar called Maya Beach Bar, spelled differently to mine but still cool, and we had to grab ourselves some coffees. I went for a coconut iced coffee and Danny went for the salted egg coffee, which I was very jealous of. It tasted so good. And then for lunch we headed to a really nice place for our favourite dish.
So we're waiting for our pho bo and fried rice with pork.
Let me tell you, we are actually obsessed with pho. We love it so much, and no wonder it's Vietnam's national dish.
Oh, nice.
This one here?
Okay.
Let's eat. I like broken rice here.
Now this afternoon we were feeling a little bit lazy and it started to rain, so we came to chill out in another cafe, and look at this. What did I say about these cafes? We ordered an egg coffee and a chai tea and just relaxed.
Okay, so today we were thinking to go to have some Korean barbecue. We actually decided to have some seafood again. We came to a place called Kwansan Mok, which is extremely busy actually. So we ordered some prawns, some scallops, some squid with some vegetables and a nice pomelo seafood salad. Let's eat.
So this place, Mok Quain, is clearly a very popular seafood restaurant. When we arrived, we were lucky to get in when we did because they seem to have this whole queuing ticketing system. We ordered a bunch of food and actually we realized we'd ordered way too much. But what's really nice about these seafood places, and I think in Vietnam in general, is that if you don't want to have to kind of slice and dice your seafood and get your hands dirty, the staff will come to your table and literally give you a prawn on a stick, which is very nice of them. And this place was in general just so nice. The next day we headed to a very trendy place called 43 Factory Coffee Roastery. Again, another amazing place, a little bit more modern and kind of Apple Store vibes going on here. And let me explain about this amazing croissant that I ordered. I've gone for a croissant today because I saw one being handed to another customer and it looked really good. So we've both gone for 2 flat whites, and it's a bean from Peru. I think these are going to taste very, very good. Actually, this was an acquired taste. I think because it was so pure, we didn't really know how to react to this coffee. Now, after visiting the Lady Buddha up in the mountains, we built up quite an appetite, and we were really excited to come to this place called Chickpea Eatery, a fully vegan restaurant run and owned by this family, where you essentially can sit in their kitchen and see them creating the food right in front of you. We were here early, so we were the first customers and we wanted to order literally everything on the menu. We went for vegan banh xio, which is these Vietnamese pancakes, and here she is explaining exactly what we should put on top. It was so sweet. Danny also went for Hoi An style noodles with tofu and mushrooms and a sweet chili sauce, and also these tofu bao buns, which were so yummy.
The lady explaining us everything, how we need to eat it. So the pancake, apparently you need to take this sheet, veggie, 1 piece of pancake, wrap it like that in the sauce.
This woman actually made us some of the nicest homemade Vietnamese food. Couldn't actually believe it was vegan. If you're still with me, you don't want to miss this next part as we head to Sun Tra Night Market and try the largest fish platter.
Okay, so we just ordered a large combo grilled fish platter for $4.50, but it comes with 2 lobster, mussels, clam, loads of shrimp for essentially £14-15, which is crazy cheap.
Eating lobster, but we're very humble. My life.
Alive.
Now after that naughty little pancake with Nutella and banana, we came to Te Bar, which is a hidden cocktail bar. This place is so cool and I found it on Instagram. They also make signature cocktails like banh mi and pho flavoured cocktails. They were definitely interesting and it was nice to be here on our last night before we headed to Hanoi the next day. And And so Hoi An, we have to thank you for introducing us to our first and favourite banh mi.
Okay, so we came to this banh mi queen place. Very busy though, like there's a lot of people that came in at the same time, so it must be very good.
This is number 6. Thank you. Everybody recommended this place. This is the best place, yeah? The bread is so crunchy.
A little bit spicy, so nice and like crunchy. With all the salad inside it as well. I went for like the barbecue pork one because we saw the pork outside. It looks so nice. But I'm loving this.
Should we drink some wine? No, we're gonna drink some coconut. Today we came to a special place which has been recommended by our hotel. It's called Morning Glory, and besides being our favorite vegetable in Southeast Asia, it's one of the nicest places to eat. It's located very close to the river where you have all the lantern show, and we've been given one of the best tables probably, which is on this balcony in this French style building. Yeah, so we're gonna probably order some nice local food.
And we definitely ordered some lovely food. We tried for the first time rice dumplings with pork, duck soup and a lovely prawn salad. The food here was premium and we already decided we needed to come back and try everything else on the menu.
You've seen all those videos when you try to kiss a crab and...
Now the following day we booked ourselves a cooking class on Get Your Guide.
Now it's time for cooking.
And you will roll your rice paper with the top water, chili, a little bit spicy for you, the big one, a little bit spicy, chili, garlic, sugar, this one is sugar and lime. You mix everything and you make dipping sauce. And you use your rice paper, this one. You roll your rice pancake with cucumber.
Now this experience was so good and I would highly recommend this. We started off also on bamboo boats along the river, and that's where you see Danny trying to kiss that crab. But basically she showed us exactly how to make steamed rice rolls, and we made that with veg and mince and would fry that off. She also showed us how to make a lovely fish sauce, and all the recipes she gave us after as well, so we can replicate them here. Maybe we won't have all the right equipment because obviously for these steamed rice rolls we had to use this really old concrete equipment to basically make the flour turn into this kind of this paste, the perfect consistency to make the pancakes.
Yeah, you can see. You can turn the other way. Dip and you turn about 3 mils.
So we just finished the steamed rice rolls. They were super nice. I was not exaggerating there, and I've had those rolls since I've been back in London and I love them. Next we started making the bancho, which is the pancakes. We weren't making the vegan version this time that we just had, so we were pretty excited. And then finally she showed us how to prepare the pho with this rare beef, and she'd been stewing the broth for the last hour when we were cooking the other stuff, and we were so full at this point, but it was amazing to end on our favourite Vietnamese dish.
Pudding.
So that was a very nice experience. In total we made like 1, 2, 3 dishes, and then we had just the tapioca, mung bean, like a coconut cream. But yeah, I would 100% recommend. It was only like $25 each worked out, so it was 700,000 dong, and I actually feel like I learned quite a lot. We'll definitely get the recipes and then try and replicate them back at home. The next day we came back to Chickpea Eatery, but this time we were in Hoi An and we wanted to try the rest of the menu.
So we just ordered some vegan rice and a noodles dish and some cold smoothies because we're sweating so much.
And what we like about this place is that the display of how they do all the dishes is so beautiful and so like thoughtful. Too beautiful to eat.
But of course we definitely ate it all. So I told you we were going to come back to Morning Glory, and now let me explain what we ordered this time.
On the menu tonight, we've gone for a giant red snapper fish that's been like grilled, fried. It looks very crispy, and then it has tons of like green mango over it and a chili sauce. We also went for a grilled aubergine with pork mince and then just a small amount of spring onion dressing on top. Also came with a rice dish, and then finally we went for some really saucy duck with what looks like orange. So wish us luck. It's a lot of food.
So we say goodbye to Hoi An and we find ourselves on a luxury cruise in Halong Bay. So you're going to see us now eat in the dining room of our lovely cruise, starting off with some soup and bread.
So the starter after that lovely soup is green papaya salad with shredded chicken. It's very beautifully displayed. Like, look at this. I don't know where to start.
So, how to say in Vietnamese?
Tom
That's what we're having.
is prawn and parsley.
Oh, she's sucking the head. Pork ribs. Yeah, they smell barbecue. So let's try the sauce actually. It's like coconut based. So good. It's not spicy at all. Basically barbecue ribs.
So for the final main course, we have a teriyaki chicken with fragrant rice and mixed veg. To be honest, I would have loved a beef pho.
To be honest, the food on this cruise was a little bit average. I mean, look at that bacon, it's inedible. But I think all the activities made up for this lack of quality on the food. And now off the cruise in a fishing village, we're about to try some lovely homemade wines with a little bit of cobra mixed into it.
So I'm trying a snake liqueur just for the vlog, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like grappa or something like that.
Oh.
Vodka. No, not vodka. More grappa.
Yeah, more. Yeah. Con này là
Flower.
That's banana. That's a lot.
Oh, you want a little bit? Okay, half. You try? Oh. Try some. Okay. They said in the Vietnamese you drink the artichoke from. Yeah.
Tastes like a sweet brown.
Now back on the cruise ship, we had our last dinner before we would head to Hanoi for our last 5 days. Our first meal in Hanoi was not so great. We tried Hanoi's signature dish, which is bun cha, and I don't think it was meant to be as greasy as it was. I think this restaurant was a little bit of a letdown and it just felt difficult to eat. So we headed to Cafe Din to wash it all down with some lovely ice egg coffees, and this one was a really good contender for all the egg coffees that we've had. Later on for dinner we headed to a very casual place called Hoang's restaurant, and now let me explain the rest.
And we went for this kind of deep fried pancake, but also the beef wrapped in betel leaves, which we have had before. And so just to give you a lowdown on like what we've been eating, if you're joining us here while we're in Hanoi, we've obviously travelled up the entire island of Vietnam and we've tried their most popular dishes. So everything from pho, we have absolutely loved pho. We've had it for literally breakfast, lunch and dinner, to then Vietnamese crepes, which is banh xio, where we actually made that ourselves in our last vlog when we did a cooking class, to spring rolls, summer rolls, banh mi, which is just this crazy baguette that they have with all this amazing filling and pickled vegetables, which you can find on literally any street corner in Vietnam. So today we did try something a little bit not as popular, because we're really looking to kind of try as many things as we possibly can, but we're definitely probably going to have another pho whilst we're here, so we'll show you again what that's like.
The next morning we came to this very American looking place called All Day Coffee. The menu was incredible. It was like a a published book. We actually only went for coffees and a croissant, but I got this salted egg coffee, which I don't know what happened to it, but it tasted very better. After we visited a few temples, we then came to this banh mi place with this cool lizard. So we found a cool place after the temple called Le Boc. It's predominantly banh mi. We went for 3 because we've had banh mi before and we felt like they didn't fill us up enough. But we went for a pate and mix grill one, grilled chicken and a grilled pork.
Bread is crunchy. Here. I always like to put some spicy sauce inside.
Do you know what? Even though this was good, it was nothing compared to that Madame Khan banh mi that was in Hoi An. Later that day, we headed to Westlake Lottie Mall. And we came to this place quite often and we always love a food court. So we were really happy to find that this one was absolutely full of different stalls. I actually went for a really nice ramen dish and Danny always gets fried chicken and he'll tell you more about it now.
That's why every time I come to Southeast Asia, I always have KFC. Never heard about it, so I was busy. Super busy, so I got beef burger, but instead of a bun, they have a rice patty. And then this fried chicken with fries that looks just amazing. So yeah, can't wait to have it.
And here's me just trying to quietly eat my noodles. Later on, we came down to the supermarket in the Westlake Mall and we literally scoured the shelves. The best supermarkets we always think are in Southeast Asia. We always used to go to the ones in Thailand and just find all these weird and wonderful snacks. We didn't get too much, but we did bring home a bunch of fruit, like these light cheese and this strange apple, and then I got a few treats for the evening. The next morning, before we headed to the Prison Relic Museum, we grabbed a quick egg coffee and a latte. So for lunch, after visiting Train Street, we came to this place that we saw by walking past and we noticed it was a Michelin guide. We ordered a bunch of stuff, crispy duck salad, grilled beef in bamboo and some morning glory, and also pandan rice. And there was a table next to us that was on a food tour, so it's obviously a very touristy place. But to be honest, the food was substandard, and for the price that we paid, expectations were a little bit higher, I guess. That evening, after a few games of pool at Turtle Lake Brewing Company, we came to Naco Taco, which is in the Westlake area of Hanoi. And we basically ordered a bunch of tacos, nachos, Mexican food, and it was actually such a good restaurant. Obviously, I know what you're going to say, why are you eating Mexican food in Vietnam? Well, it had to be done. So after that evening, we actually headed on our cruise to Halong Bay. So now we're back in Hanoi and we're about to have our last dinner of our entire trip. So sad. There is like a lot of sponsored ads about this place, so we knew it was going to be quite touristy, but we tried to order kind of like everything that we really liked from our trip here in Vietnam. So we went for banh chio, which is the Vietnamese pancakes. We also went for a phở bò, which is the beef noodle soup. Morning glory with garlic, which is just a classic. We're just trying to like get everything that we really love on our last day before we leave. So sad. And before we knew it, we were back in Lottie Mall in Westlake to try the pho thin that I'd seen on the last visit here. Obviously this was our last afternoon and it was great to end on a high with our favourite Vietnamese dish, beef pho. And that concludes our foodie adventure in Vietnam, completely inspired and feeling more adventurous to try all the new dishes that we'd discovered, but here in our local Vietnamese restaurants. Now that we know all these amazing dishes like thịt ngon, bún chả, steamed rice rolls, my favourite, leave us a comment on what you thought and I'll see you next week. Ciao!